Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today's video is going to be all about how journaling has helped grow my business. So if you all know, on this channel, I like to make a lot of different content. More recently, I have been sticking toward business related topics. I've made videos to go over how to start your business and maintain your business on a budget. I have an entire business on a budget series. So if you're interested in videos like that, I will have them linked below this video. And then also you can tune into my business playlist right here on YouTube. I have literally hundreds of videos in that playlist. But I decided, since I have been journaling more and I've been noticing a noticeable change in my life period, but especially, I don't want to say especially in my business, but since I'm talking about business related content here on this channel, I wanted to point out some of the benefits that journaling has provided with my business. So if you are interested in this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to go over is the fact that journaling gives me time to reflect on business objectives, goals, and results. I've always reflected and looked back at my analytics and at my goals and, just the overall process of my business. But me making sure that I dedicate time for me to journal every single night has made me more efficient in that area. Because before, I would look back when I was about to launch a sale, or I would look back periodically or sporadically whenever I thought about it, maybe once a month, maybe twice a week. I mean, there wasn't really a rhyme to it. But like I said, now that I'm journaling every single night, it kind of forces me to relive the day and make sure that I am on track as to what it is I'm looking to accomplish. And then it also helps me remember certain things that may have gotten pushed to the back of my mind because of the normal daily activities that I do. So journaling has really helped, like I said, keep those goals in the forefront of my mind, keep anything that I have just discovered with my business. It also helps me kind of think about what I want to do moving forward. And again, that's just setting aside a specific time, a designated time every day to journal about my entire day, including business. And I have taken some of those notes from my journaling sessions, and I've been able to revamp some of the processes that I have. I've been able to connect with different people. I've been able to, again, remember what it is I was looking to remember. A lot of times if I need to remember something, I'll go ahead and put it as a reminder in my phone. And I still do that. So journaling doesn't take away the processes that I've already have implemented. It just kind of reinforces them. So that's the first thing that I wanted to go over. If you are wondering how I journal in a couple different ways or in a couple different areas. So in my planner, I do write detailed notes and I do like different summaries and reflections. I still do that. I started doing that even before I dedicated a time each day to journal. But now I use my journaling app. It's an app that is available on iOS. I don't know how long the app has been available. I don't know anything like that, but I can show you all what the app looks like. I'm just going to it now, and it just says journal. And so I use this journal app daily to journal. And all you do is just, I have my journal set up where I can just show my face. It opens it up, and I can literally scroll down different journals, like logs that I have put in. So I just literally scroll down. I'm going to blur it out just for privacy, but yeah, it really helps. And then if I have a thought, or if I want to journal more than just, during the evening where I normally set aside my time, I can pull up my phone and start journaling. I've also found it very therapeutic and helpful to actually journal, like write in a journal. So I have my journal that I use as well. I don't know if it's in my closet or in my drawer, but I have my journal, and I journal my thoughts in my journal as well. If me deciding on which tool or which area I'm going to journal in just really depends on where I'm at that evening. So if I am on my way to like a, let's say a conference, or I'm for conference for my kids, or let's say I'm going to like a family's house, or I have something planned that evening and I'm not carrying my journal, I still don't neglect that time. I'll do what I need to do. So do my conference or go over my families or friends or whatever the case may be. But then when I get some downtime, like for example, during conferences, they always have like the book fair after. So my son and I will go into the school store, we'll find some books, and I give him time to read. Sometimes we do this in the car. We'll just like come out of the conference, sit in the parking lot, he'll read his book, and I'll go ahead and jot down my journal entry. If I'm going over my families or friends while they're cooking or stepping away or whatever the case may be, when I get a moment, I journal there. So this really helps me if I'm not at home. But if I'm at home, I tend to journal in my book. And like I said, it doesn't just help with the business aspect, but it has really helped me keep my business goals in the forefront of my mind. Okay, also, the next thing that I want to mention is it stimulates my mind to think of ideas that I haven't tried yet. I don't know why it is. I don't know the science behind it, but I'm sure I'm going to do some research into it. And I may update you all if you're interested in knowing, because I'm fascinated with just the human mind, you know, how we think, how we put things together, how we can really strive to become our best selves, right? So I've noticed that when I journal, it really helps me think of ideas that I've never thought about before. It helps me think of different strategies that I've never thought about implementing. So recently on my credit repair website, my website just stopped, it went inactive, and I had no idea until one of my clients let me know, I was like, wow, this shouldn't have happened. But I didn't choose a plan. It was my fault. I didn't choose a plan. I was on some kind of trial and I didn't select a plan in time. And so the website went inactive. Well, when that happened, I wasn't able to restore the website. I had to recreate the website. And because I was journaling about just different ideas and just different things that I wanted to do with each business and where I wanted the businesses to go, I remember journaling that I wanted a more simple website for the credit repair. Like I only wanted one page, and I wanted from that home page my clients to be able to book a consultation, because what was happening, I noticed, is that I had a lot of information on my credit repair page, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I was giving so much information, and I felt like I could get more consultations, which could lead to more clients had I not put so much information out there. There is a such thing as information overload, and it's really important how you position the information for your business. If you're giving all of the information up front, then you're going to minimize some of the questions, which in essence is a good thing if you're not looking to make as many interactions. So like if you have a website and you're selling a product and you want to have like an FAQ section, because that will work more efficiently and have people not reaching out wanting to connect directly with you before they purchase. Like they can pretty much read and get the information they need to go ahead and assist themselves with the purchase. That's completely understandable. That's great. I actually use that technique on my hair business website at badchickhair.com. But if you're offering a service type of business where you're wanting to connect and speak with as many people as possible, you want to have information that captures their attention, but you want them to ultimately be able to speak with you. So having all of the information up front sometimes can be a disservice to your business if you don't position it right, like I mentioned. So I took a lot of the information off, and I'm going to see how that works. I have a great feeling that that's going to work really, really well. So I'm going to update you all on that too, when I do another like business update video in regard to credit repair. But that's something else that journaling has helped me do. It's helped me think of different things that I normally wouldn't think about. And I guess it's because I'm forcing myself to really sit down and think about something to write and go over with each business. Whereas before I would just write when I felt like it, you know, and that it wasn't really on a schedule. So when you put yourself on a schedule to have to write something about your day and your business, it really kind of forces you to think outside of the box and to use your mind in a way that you really haven't used it as frequently. And it really has helped my business, like I said, with different ideas and, you know, just different kind of out of the box solutions that haven't come to me yet. The third way that journaling has helped me grow my business is it helps me work through my thoughts and eliminate some trial and error. So I am a big advocate for trial and error. I believe that a lot can be learned through mistakes. I'm not saying I want people to make mistakes, but I'm saying I'm being realistic in the fact that you may get some things closer the first shot than others, but more than likely there's going to be some kind of trial and error. Although I believe in trial and error, I also believe in making sure that you can eliminate as many mistakes and errors as you possibly can. So what I mean by that is learning from others' mistakes and also being able to look at what you're doing and think about all of the possible outcomes, not to scare you or not to make you feel like you should prolong it or procrastinate, but to make you look at what you're doing to say, okay, should I do it this way? Or can I eliminate a lot of the risk by doing it this way? And I'm not saying the safest option is always the best either, but I'm saying by journaling and writing out your plans, it really helps to facilitate the process of elimination. So, hey, writing this down, both of these ideas are good, but this idea seems like it's going to work more efficiently for my schedule, for my clients, and for the goal that I'm looking to achieve. So writing things down has really helped me work through my thoughts and, like I said, eliminate some of that trial and error. The next thing that I wanted to point out is it keeps records of my entrepreneurial journey. So it helps me understand like patterns in my business as it relates to my history, business analytics, like my website traffic, sales, etc. It is really important to understand your pattern. I realized that when I started journaling, I could really identify how I was going to react to certain situations based on how I reacted before. And if I didn't like how I reacted, or if I didn't like how I looked at something, or how I analyzed a certain scenario, or sometimes I would have trouble like making a decision on what I wanted to do that day, or and it doesn't even have to be business related. Sometimes it was as simple as like dinner, like, Brittany, what do you want for dinner? And I would find myself going back and forth on an idea for too long. And so, like I said, journaling kind of helped me identify some patterns within myself. Like, Brittany, typically you will procrastinate in this area of your life. We need to work on this. You need to get this part together. Or, Brittany, more than likely when this happens, you don't have as much patience. So what can we do to make sure that you are being more patient in this area? Or when your business is doing great, you tend to slide off a little bit. Like, you may not do as many consultations. You may not be as devoted to posting as you were before. What can we do to make sure that you are more organized and consistent, even when your business is doing well? So these are some conversations that I have within myself to make sure that I'm staying on path. And by doing that, I've noticed some patterns in my business. Like I mentioned, sometimes when I'm doing really well, I will notice myself slacking off a bit, which is something that I really had to be honest with myself about, because I talk about consistency. And although I am consistent, like anyone that I have ever worked with that sees me on social media, they're like, what are you talking about, Brittany? Like, you post all the time. Before, when I first started my business, I posted a lot more. Even like I would say 3 years ago, I was posting a lot more. Now, granted, I didn't have a new baby, and granted, I didn't have as many businesses as I have now, but I still was more consistent. And like I said, now I'm not saying I need to work all the time, but I do notice that I can push myself further, and that sometimes I don't. So these are some things that I need to work on. Every entrepreneur needs to work on becoming a better entrepreneur. But in order to do that, you have to be willing to truly assess yourself. You have to be able to go inside and figure out who you are, what you're doing, and what your habits are. It's deeper than just looking at your website analytics, but what kind of action steps are you contributing to the overall success or failure of your business? So often we look at everything external, like this person did this, or this client didn't do this, or this business partner didn't do this, but we really don't look at ourselves. So I'm not saying journal so that you can criticize yourself, but I'm saying journal so that you can notice your patterns and you can figure out what you need to change within yourself, or what you need to bring more of from yourself to make sure that your business is running exactly how you want it to run. And then the last point, I pretty much just went over it, but the last point is it helps identify areas of self-improvement, challenges, and all around a safe place to reflect, which is very important. I've noticed that when I reflect on anything in my life and I just give myself some time to think about it, I do better in that area. And so business is no different. When I have time set aside, that's a safe place to just decompress and think about what I'm doing and what I want to do. I'm able to just have this piece of calmness and peace that allows me to facilitate all of my businesses a lot better. And it also helps me to analyze what is going on and what I want to do instead of reacting all day. It gives me an option to act before reacting, if that makes sense. So some of the so-called fires that I may see in my business, or some of the trouble areas, or some of the dead end spots, instead of me reacting to what may happen, I'm now looking at ways that I can solve those issues before they really arise again, right? And how I can make sure that I'm cutting down the chance of those issues happening again. So I really hoped that this video helped. Journaling has helped so much. I have journal props on my Patreon at Brittany Bundles. I'll link my Patreon link below if you want to join. But I really enjoy it. I really enjoy journaling and just analyzing my day, analyzing my businesses. It has really helped just bring this calmness and different perspective to my overall life and journey. I did a podcast episode in the beginning of the year going over vision boards and my thoughts about them, because they were really trending this year and last year. And people were talking about vision boards. And I think vision boards are great. But if you're only going to look at that vision board once a year and forget about it, how much help is it really? But if you sit down and you decide to have time to, like for me, I'm going to get better with this, but my goal is to have time to do my scripture and prayer. But not just that, but also to be able to read part of my book. And then not just reading a book, but also journaling, exercising. So just kind of setting aside, and doesn't have to take that much time, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours if you have it. It just depends on you. But I'm trying to get better with setting that time apart just to really look over everything. And like I said, it has helped wonders. So let me know if you journal for your business and some benefits that you've noticed. Let me know if you plan on starting to journal. Just leave your thoughts down below. I'm sure it's going to help some others that are watching this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.